Mic check, 1, 2, mic check. Move a little closer, that might help. Mic check. Mic check, 1, 2, mic check. Move a little closer, that might help. Mic check. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the P-Ave Perspective. I'm your host, Mr. O'Neill, and I want to thank you all for tuning in today, whether you're watching the live stream or whether you're watching the video playback on YouTube. So, how's everybody week been going? How's everybody doing, man? Hopefully everybody okay. But let's jump into this episode. Tonight's episode is called Keep Pushing, even when they don't understand. Keep pushing, even when they don't understand. But like I said, man, welcome and appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. I appreciate likes, shares, comments, and participation. But tonight's episode is for my people out there on a mission to improve their lives, but are dealing with what I believe is one of the hardest things to deal with when you're trying to better yourself. And that's being misunderstood, doubted, or even discouraged by the people close to you. And this show is for my people who are on the path to bettering themselves or who are thinking about it. Because this right here is one of really the hardest things to deal with. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to better yourself and you're trying to get your life together. So let's just keep it real, man. Let's just keep it real. Before we go any further, I want y'all to comment. You know what I'm saying? What's one goal that you're working towards right now? What's one goal that you're working toward right now? Let me know. Let me know. And have you ever felt like the people around you didn't support you or didn't understand your vision? Let me hear from y'all. Good evening, Miss Alicia. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever felt like the people around you didn't support you or didn't support your vision? And it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of the hardest things about growth is that not everyone around you grow at the same time. Not everyone will understand your growth. And like, I bear witness to that because especially coming from where we came from, and then saying, okay, I'm going to change my life, and I'm going to start living my life better, and I'm going to start making better decisions. I'm going to start making better choices in my life. Like, some folks would think I'm crazy. Others will feel threatened because my growth, you know what I'm saying, makes them uncomfortable about their own life. And some people just hate us. But the crazy part about it is, the majority of the people that will feel this way about your journey or about your change, it's not really hate. It's not really hate. And we'll say it's hate, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we go to talk to somebody and like, hey, you know what I'm saying, I'm starting a new business, you know what I'm saying, this is the third, and they hit you with the negativity or they hit you with the discouraging words. A lot of times it's not really hate. It's just mindset. That's really what it boils down to. It boils down to mindset, because in order to really say you're going to change and to really mean it and really start making progress toward change, you have to change your mindset. And the majority of the times, just because whatever it is makes you, you know what I'm saying, want to get your mindset right and get your mindset together, like, that don't mean everybody around you is on the same page. And like I said, I used to be the one to feel like, you know, they hating or, you know what I'm saying, the negativity. But like I said, it's the mindset. Because like we've discussed on here before, I'm hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm hood at the core. But one of the worst things about the hood, one of the worst things about the hood that the hood instills in us is that survival mindset. We talked about that before. You know what I'm saying? And that survival mindset is basically saying that I can't think toward the future. I can't think of I can't even worry about what's going to go on in the future because I have no control of that. I have to focus on right now because the problems or the issues that I'm dealing with right now are too serious for me to lose focus on that to try to focus on the future. And that's just, you know what I'm saying, the crux of it for a lot of us. We can't think, you know, in the future. We can't, like they say, goal plan. You know what I'm saying? The average person with the survival mindset, he's all about what can I do, what can I accomplish today, because tomorrow might not be promised. And a lot of, you know what I'm saying, people from the hood or that, you know what I'm saying, environment, they feel the same way. And I was one of those guys. So when you coming from that mindset and you talking to somebody who's saying, hey, 5 years from now, you know, I want to be buying a house, or 10 years from now, I want to be and save this much money. You know, when you talk to certain people about that and talk about the future, they're so entrenched in the present and in right now that they can't see it. They can't see it. And just like I said, it might come off as hate or it might come off as negativity, but it's simply, you can't understand it. You know, like how most people choose the negative route on what they can't understand. Most people choose to try to discredit what they can't understand or what they not down with. And that's just, you know, what it is. That's just what it is. But that don't make it right. It don't make it right. But it's stuff that we have to deal with. And that's whether it's family members, friends, your girlfriend or boyfriend, your husband or wife, you know, whatever it is. It's bound to happen if it ain't already happened. As soon as you decide that you want to better yourself, it's going to come. But that's based on the people you're around and the people you deal with, because it don't have to be that way. It don't have to be that way. Like, honestly, me having the reputation that I had of coming up, you know what I'm saying, really being misunderstood. People said I wouldn't make it to C21, like I was going to end up dead, you know what I'm saying, a lot of stuff. So in those moments, you know what I'm saying, what people fail to realize is the people that really knew me, that really talked to me and got to know me, like I didn't have everything together, but I knew that I had to be about growth and development, even in the hood. Even in the hood. My goal, you know what I'm saying, was to get enough money to get my people out of the hood So we didn't have to be in that environment no more. So I'm always thinking long term, even though I'm never losing focus on the present. But it's been that way from the start. You know what I'm saying? And me having goals, me having dreams, and me wanting to do better, like it was misconstrued as I was egotistical. I thought I was better than everybody. You know, I had my head in the clouds. You know, thinking I'm somebody I wasn't. You know, it was so much different stuff that I had to face. You know what I'm saying? But gladly, man, I've always been resilient, and I've always been a stand on my own type of dude. So it don't bother me. But I made it my business to keep those people away from me because the energy. And just like I said, the one thing I do learn is the same people that tell you, oh, you can't do that, or oh, that's going to be hard, or oh, this and that. A lot of them, when they see you accomplishing and when they see you better yourself, the mindset won't even let them like, oh man, I see he coming up, I see he doing this to the third. You know what I'm saying? And like that's our mentality. You know what I'm saying? Look at it from a bigger picture. Everybody that said they was going to be successful in entertainment was probably doubted. And then even worse, when they achieve the success that they set out to achieve, rather than people get them the credit and say, oh man, he said he was going to do that and I see he done it. They won't even do that. The mindset be so messed up to the point where I see our people to say, oh, he sold out to the Illuminati. He sold his soul to Illuminati. He sacrificed his homeboy, you know, to get set. Like that mindset, that negative mindset have people so focused on not giving you your credit or not acknowledging, you know, what you accomplished, where you came from and where you're going. So understand that. And you know what I'm saying? The more you do to better yourself, the more you do to better your situation, the worse some people are going to feel about it. And that's just it. You can't change that. You cannot change that at all. But at the end of the day, man, I kept pushing. I'm still pushing. Anybody that know me, really knows me, will tell you, I really did a 100-degree turnaround. You know what I'm saying? Like I changed life. I changed the relationships, the way I do relationships. I changed everything because I'm living for a higher purpose now. I'm living, you know what I'm saying? It's a reason for this life now. And like I said, people don't understand that. People do not understand that. But the one thing you have to understand is that you have to stay focused. Your vision, your purpose, you know, your goals, those are yours. If you're lucky enough to find a mate or find somebody who believes in you and support them, you hold on to that person for dear life because people not doing that no more. The majority of the people, like I said, negativity. Because it's something we don't understand. Because it's something that we can't see. So, every time you feel discouraged, you know what I'm saying? Well, let me say it. Segment, I want to talk to you and give you a few tips on how to stay focused and stay motivated through it all. Through it all. Because you're going to need it. Trust me. You're going to need it. Because like I said, we, you know what I'm saying, just as humans, you know what I'm saying, like regardless of how we say we don't care what nobody think or we don't care, like that's true to an extent, but at the same time, it depends on the people or it depends on who you're dealing with. Because some of the people closest to you will have a major impact on your success or failure, depending on what you feed into them. But I want to share some tips that I had to use to stay focused and stay motivated, even when those around me, you know, couldn't see it. And the first tip is to always remember why. Why you started, why you decided to change your life. Always remember the why. Never forget the why, because the why is the most powerful thing in your possession. Why you want to do it. And every time you feel discouraged, remind yourself why you started in the first place. Whether it's your kids, whether it's your future, whether it's your freedom, or just getting just improving yourself. Always keep the why in front of you. Because, like I said, that is the most powerful thing. And like I said, talking to various people, no, you could explain why you're doing it. And just like I said, the mindset won't let them comprehend. But that is the why. You know what I'm saying? With me, I got to the point where I'm tired of going to prison. I'm tired of being away from my family. You know what I'm saying? I know the stuff that I'm doing is going to eventually lead me back again. And just like I said, I realized at a point in my life that no matter what I had as far as possessions, no matter what I had as far as respect or whatever that, like, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy because I couldn't accomplish my goal of originally taking care of my family, getting my family out of that environment and getting us to a place, you know what I'm saying, where we can have an overall better life. So, like I said, I didn't even know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I know it was mission impossible, but that's what it was. And just like I said, after so long, growth and development will allow you to sit down, you know what I'm saying, and analyze your life. And I realized, like, yeah, you did this and you did that, but what did you accomplish? The only thing you accomplished was being taken away from the people you supposed to care about and the people you supposed to look out for. And it's like, that in itself, you know what I'm saying, was my why for changing, man, because I really wanted to start living. And I really wanted, you know what I'm saying, didn't want to give up my freedom no more to the prison system. Didn't want to be, you know, give up my freedom. The ability to just get up and go outside and smell the fresh air when I want to. And I wanted to provide a balance for what my kids saw about my life, because I realized that everything I was doing back then, it was being promoted to them. As your dad is tough, your dad is street, your daddy not gonna let nobody mess with him, you know, your daddy this, your daddy that. And just like I said, overall, that's not the image that I wanted to present to my kids. So just like I said, I had to dig deep and I had to really find my purpose. And just like I said, my purpose is the why. And just like I said, that keeps me going no matter what. No matter what nobody had to say, no matter what life, you know, deals me, none of that. You know I'm gonna face obstacles because my purpose, achieving my purpose, is not gonna be easy. Because I don't have, you know, oh, just get me a job or, you know, just get me a place to stay. No, I have purpose-driven goals. I have real life goals. I have real, what they call it, generational goals. So, like I said, man, tip number one, remember why you started. Never forget where you started. And that'll keep you going in a lot of situations. But tip number two, build a support system. Build a support system. And the crazy part about it is, just like I said, people think, you know, that those close to you, you know what I'm saying, the support, and that's like so true if we had the right mindset. Because if you look at other people, other nationalities, other environments, you realize that the people, the family, the friends, and everybody like that, those are most people's biggest supporters. But not us. Because some kind of way we feel like we competing with each other. So those people close to you, like, think about it. Like, I've had situations where back in the days, you know what I'm saying, we was getting in the music game. We were trying to get in the music game. So we had a, you know what I'm saying, thing where nobody wanted us to get in the studio. You know what I'm saying? And I really feel like they feared us. So nobody wanted to get in the studio. And it's like, for the longest, we, like, you know, didn't have a studio. You know what I'm saying? So my big homie tell me, like, bro, we got to get our own. I tell him, really, bro, we got to get our own studio. We got to stop. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, boom. I went out and made moves and put the studio together, put the whole studio together. And I invited the big homie, like, hey, big homie, come on, man, we got our own studio, you know, this and the third. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. And the most shocking thing in the world was, he like, okay, yeah, that's what's up, that's what's up. I'm like, okay, let's get to work. When we gonna get to work? And it's like, he's like, all right, I'm gonna get at you. And it's like, I didn't hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, what's going on? Let me pull up on him and see what's going on. I pull up on the man and like, bro, what you got going? The man tell me I'm trying to get the studio together in my crib. Now think about it. I just took you to my crib. You know, we together. I just took you to my crib and say, okay, I accomplished that part. Now let's take the next step. But I still can't explain what it was. But instead of him saying, okay, little homie made this happen, let's go, he felt like he had to one up me. So he wasted time and resources to go do another studio that was never got done, you know. But it's like, that's when I started seeing really like, okay, what's really going on? And just like I said, I thought it was some hate. I really thought it was some hate, you know what I'm saying? But think about it. Like I said, build a support system. The crazy part about it was my big homie couldn't work with me because he wanted to one up me. But I met some dudes, you know what I'm saying, who we don't have a history. We don't have that. But like those people were more supportive of me and the goals and the dreams, you know what I'm saying? Yes, they had similar goals, you know what I'm saying? But they were, when I said, hey, we need to do this, they were more supportive than the people I've known my whole life. Perfect strangers. Not strangers, but compared to the big homie and my people, like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Compared to them, total strangers. And it's like, it messed me up, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I went to they hating, you know, this and that third. I never took it personal, but like I said, I didn't understand the mindset. I understand the mindset now, but not everyone will support you, man. But you don't need everyone. You don't need everybody, man. You just need the people who do. And more often than not, I swear it will be perfect strangers. You will find perfect strangers who will support you. And my business people, my independent black business people, y'all know this. Y'all know I'm not playing because I see y'all speak on it on the time. Outsiders who don't know you will buy your merchandise and spend regular price. But the people, you know what I'm saying, who know you will say, well, yeah, I bought a purse like this and the third. Girl, you ain't know I sell purse? Girl, I forgot. You ain't forgot. You ain't forgot. You know what I'm saying? That mindset won't let you uplift that person because in your heart you feel like if you uplift that person, it's going to make something less of you. And just like I said, that's the mindset. So I guarantee, like I said, build your support system. Build up your support system. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to look outside of, you know, the people around you. If you got people around you, if you got a mate, husband, wife that support your dreams and goals, man, you better hold on to them for life. Boyfriend, girlfriend, family, friends, anybody. If you have somebody who truly supports you, who truly can encourage you, who truly can try to uplift you when you're down, like those people are priceless. Those people are priceless. And if you one of them people, like I want you on my team. I want to be able to build with you. If you one of those people, reach out to me. Reach out. I'm always looking, you know what I'm saying, to support and be supported. That's what it's all about, man. That's how we achieve greatness. But like I said, man, like we have to really, I tell all my business people, that's where networking comes in. That's where networking comes in. Because the one thing I learned, you know what I'm saying, about like, even when I decided to go back to college, I had to look at, okay, how many of the people I deal with actually been to college? So when they, oh man, that's going to be hard. Or, oh man, like, but you ain't been, how long it been since you been to school? How long this and the third, like this and the third? Through all of that, I did it. I got a couple of degrees while I was in there, and I graduated with honors. Just for the naysayers. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, one of the main things you have to do to make that journey a tad bit easier is build a support system. And just like I said, with business people, it's about networking. Network. You know what I'm saying? Get online. Like they have so many groups. They have business support groups. They have, you know, cancer support groups. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Find people who are on the same page as you on with the right mindset. That's what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Build your support system. Now, number 3 is me. the arrogant person, you know what I'm saying? Like the arrogant, not confident, they don't say I'm confident, they say I'm arrogant because I'm my own biggest fan, man. You have to be your own biggest fan in real life. Because you might not get nobody on the field that want to cheer for you. So you're gonna have to, know what I'm saying, learn to cheer for yourself. You might not find nobody in your family or nobody that you know that pat you on the back, you know what I'm saying, when you achieve accomplishments. But you have to be the person, you know what I'm saying, to pat yourself on the back. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably not gonna have many people that want to uplift you when you down. So you're gonna have to figure out how to uplift yourself. And that starts with being your own biggest fan, man. For real. At the end of the day, you have to clap for yourself because probably won't nobody else will. And that's just how it is. It's sad, but it's the truth. So like I said, tip number 3, be your biggest fan, man. And tip number 4, no matter what you do, get it in, man. Take action. Take action because I'm not going to lie. I've seen so many people in the negative environment around the negative people that will say, hey, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? This is the third. And the negativity is so thick. The hatred they feel is so thick to the point where it discourages them from even doing stuff. It discourages them from even doing stuff. Even me, man, I have to say, I had a support system before I started this podcast. But I also had a lot of people that saying, oh man, everybody doing podcasts. Or, oh man, like, this is the third. Like, are you trying to get rich out with podcasts? Like, this is the third. Like, no, that's not what it's about. And even when I explained it, people couldn't understand it. But by that point, I already knew what the business was. So, like I said, eventually, you know what I'm saying? In the beginning, like normal, I like to make sure stuff is perfect. But I'm not gonna lie, just like I said, to have the negativity, the negative people in my ear, and then having the positive people in my ear, I'm not gonna lie, that pushed me to say, man, I'm just gonna jump out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to have the best equipment. I don't have to have, the best software. I don't have, because the main thing is the message. You see people with all that wait to the right minute, have all, but you ain't talking about shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not talking about shit. So, like I said, it was never about that, man. It was never about that. But if you don't have the support, do it anyway, man. I guarantee you, just like I said, some of the same people who said I shouldn't or said I couldn't, or like some of the same people that said, bro, I see you. I see you. And like I say, I appreciate that because that's acknowledgement. But do what you do, man. Do what you want to do. And I guarantee you, whether it's people around you or somebody, a perfect stranger, the results of what you do will demand respect, man, when you do it right. I guarantee you. And that's the thing, man. Like I said, take action. Take action no matter what. Like Nike, man, just do it. Just do it. But next, you know what I'm saying, as a coach, as a consultant, I want to give you some professional advice and practical steps, you know what I'm saying, to overcome the negativity and everything that's going to come with you changing your life. I want to give, you know what I'm saying, some tips on that. Now, I don't just want to motivate you, man. Like, even though that's my job, is to motivate you, that's not all I want to do. I want to help you take action. And here are some real steps that you can use to start taking action today, immediately. Like, number 1, set goals. Set specific goals. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who said it, but it's a universal saying that if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Simple as that. If you don't have a plan from start to where you're going, it's like a road map. How you gonna know how to get there if you just start out driving? And that's what a lot of us do. A lot of us just like, okay, I'm going to jump out here. Like, okay, cool. But don't jump out there and spin your wheels, waste your resources, and eventually get discouraged because you didn't have a plan and you just winging it. So that's number one. Set specific goals and not just say, I want to be rich. You know what I'm saying? By the time I'm grown, like, no, I want to have X amount of dollars. Or I want to save X amount of dollars before this specific age or this specific date. Because if you just general, mentally it don't stick. Because everybody make general like, yeah, I'm going to come up. Or yeah, I'm going to hit me a lick. And when I hit me a lick, I'm going to do this and this and that there. But if you don't have no plan, that's just talking. Even if you jump out there trying to hit it, if you don't have a plan, you don't know where you're going. You don't even know the direction. So that's number one. That's step one. Clear and specific goals. Step two, create your game plan. Once you know where you're headed, once you know the specific goals, then it's the game plan. How do I get from where I am right now to my end goal and where I want to be? You know what I'm saying? And don't get overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed. A lot of people get overwhelmed with setting goals, but setting goals is the measuring stick. You know what I'm saying? Setting goals is the measuring stick. And just like I said, if you choose to say, okay, 20 years from now or 10 years from now, you know what I'm saying? I want to accomplish this. And this is where I'm starting at now. The next thing is to make steps, build goals, build steps within your plan that will walk you from point A to point Z. Point A to point Z. And man, look, like I said, I am a life coach. You know what I'm saying? Certified. See the certification. You probably can't see it, but it's just right here at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? But, like, that's what I do. That's what I do. I help with goal setting. I help with creating a game plan. That's what I do. So I'm talking to this and I'm trying to motivate you and I'm trying to put this on your brain, but I'm also here to help. Never forget that, man. Never forget that. But step three, invest in yourself. I'm going to tell you as a business, you know what I'm saying? As a businessman, as a business consultant, when I talk to people, the first thing I ask those people when they say something about business, I said, okay, what is your budget? What is your marketing budget? For a person that says, I just use social media for advertising, you know what I'm saying? And like, I don't do paid ads, and like, that's cool, but let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. If I'm not willing to invest in myself or invest in whatever I'm trying to do, how would I know what I'm saying, get somebody else to feel comfortable investing in me? Answer that for me. If I'm not willing to invest in myself and invest in building myself up, investing in achieving my goals, who else can I expect to invest in me? No one. No. And this is what I'm saying, man. Like, it's not all about money all the time, because knowledge, man, you know what I'm saying, is so valuable, especially, you know what I'm saying, when bettering yourself. Read. Learn something new. Take a course. Take an online course. They got free courses. They got cheap courses. Take a course. You know what I'm saying? I took life coaching aside from college. You know what I'm saying? My coach, Coach AB, Coach Angela Brand, is the truth. And yes, I got my life coaching from a woman because I saw what she had and what she was, you know what I'm saying, serving people with. She was giving the game. So yes, I took my life coach, you know what I'm saying, from a woman. Had no problem doing it because she had something I needed. And just like I said, the course, it cost, but it was so valuable because it not only gave me the coaching side, but it gave me the business side on how to set up my coaching business and grow my coaching business and be able to reach more people. So that was an investment that I would invest again. And I tell people all the time, hey, if you want to get your life together, go talk to my coach. You don't even have to talk to me. That's how good she is. You ain't got to spend your money with me. If you go spend it with her and get what she's trying to give you, that like I salute that. I salute that because I know who gave it to me. So I don't, I'm not hating. Like they said, I'm not, trying to control the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not treating nobody, you know what I'm saying, like they used to treat the prostitutes back in the game and say, the game need to be sold, not told. No, I tell everybody. I got mine from here. I got mine from there. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with that. That's the man in me. But invest in yourself, man. Get mentorship. Because growth requires knowledge over everything. Growth requires knowledge over everything, man. Step number 4. Eliminate distractions and negative influences. I'm going to just be real. Sometimes we got to cut people off, man. Sometimes we got to cut people off. You know what I'm saying? And like, as crazy as it sounds, I'm the most people person. I'm the most family-oriented person. I'm the most loving, caring person it is. But if you're a distraction or if you're a negative influence in any kind of way, I have no problem not fucking with you. I don't have anything against you. Nothing at all. But let's think about it. If you decided, you know what I'm saying, if you smoked crack before and you decided you want to smoke crack, would you be hanging around with crackheads? Would that be the ideal situation, knowing you trying to quit? Would that be the ideal situation? Just say, okay, I'm going to hang out in the crack house with the crackheads even though I'm trying to quit smoking. It's simple. It's not complicated. And it don't mean that you hating on the crackheads. It just means that, hey, man, I can't allow myself to be distracted, and I can't allow myself to be around negative influences because that works against me in what I'm trying to do when it comes to bettering myself. It's simple as that. It's nothing major. It's nothing major. And step 5. Step 5 is stay accountable. No matter what you do, stay accountable, man. Always be accountable for your actions. Always be accountable for your choices and decisions. And always be accountable for the outcome, man, no matter what it is. No matter what it is. If you're not, you know what I'm saying, going to hold yourself accountable personally, find someone that you trust who will, man. And that, like I said, that's hard. That's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the mindset, so I don't look to nobody to really hold me accountable because a lot of the people, you know what I'm saying, that I deal with regularly, I'm trying to push them and I'm trying to uplift them. So I know they have their own issues with dealing with their own accountability. And just like I said, I don't expect I don't expect people to, you know what I'm saying, be my accountability partner. But like I said, if you need an accountability partner, that's what I do. I got you. I got you. Book a consultation with me. I am TobyO'Neal.com, and I help you stay on track, man. I do that because I want to see you win, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, I personally feel like I want to see all my people win, man. I want to see all my people win. I tell people, you use the analogy like, I wouldn't want to be, you know what I'm saying, the only rich man because I would go broke trying to look out for everybody else. And then what would happen to us then? I want to be the guy that I want to get everybody around me rich so we'll never have to worry about it anymore. So if something happened to me and I go broke, I got people I can depend on to help me get back in position. Same thing. If one of my partners go broke, I don't want to be the only one that he has to lean on to get him back in a position because I might not be enough. So like I said, I always look for the team aspect. I always look at the team aspect. I always want to build a successful team because we are stronger as a team than I am by myself. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. So find your accountability partner, man. And if you don't, like I said, I got you. Hit me up for a free consultation, you know, and we're going to make it work, man. We're going to make it work. But now I want to hear from y'all, man. I want to hear from y'all, really. Drop your questions in the chat. Let's talk. What about the challenges that you're facing in your journey and how you can overcome them? What are some challenges that you're facing in your journey and how or what can you do to overcome them, man? Man, again, like I said, people take like this conversation, a lot of people are gonna take this for granted, man. But like I said, I'm a firm believer in everybody can achieve, man. Everybody can achieve. For real. Like, honest and truly, like, the craziest thing is, like I said, as I build this platform up, as I build this show up, one of the main things that I want to relate to y'all is everything that I'm talking about, everything that I say, do everything that I like. When I said you get to decide who you're going to be in life, you get to decide what you're going to be in life, like your past, you know, what you've been through, you know what I'm saying? You give that the power to decide who you are. But by law, like, just like I said, I've had people label me. I've had people put me in there. I've been in prison and people left me for dead. I've had people say he needs to stay in prison. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, on necessarily like I'm that bad, but like he need to stay in prison because he's safe in there. You know what I'm saying? Like out here in the street, he could end up dead. He could end up in it. Like I've had people say that, but those people, you know what I'm saying, had no control over my life. Man. Those people had no control over what or who I was going to turn out to be. I'm the only person that had control over that. Besides God above, man. Regardless of what they said. So, trust me when I say it. You're going to meet some people who will discourage you, you know what I'm saying, and make you feel like, you know, you a bad person for wanting to better yourself. Or you arrogant, or you think you're better than everybody else. You have to, know what I'm saying, know within yourself who you are, you know what I'm saying, and decide what you stand for. Milkman, what's good, bro? I see you in the building, man. I appreciate you tuning in, man. Hey, man, let me say this right now while you online, man. Bro, prayers for our sister, bro. Prayer right now, man, like, I've been seeing that, man, but like, I'm telling you, like, man, when it comes to my people, you know what I'm saying? Man, let me get off script for a minute, man. Like, I went through Facebook a couple of months ago, trying to get my Facebook algorithm back. And I, you know what I'm saying, went through and deleted, you know what I'm saying, or unfriended a lot of non-active people. You know what I'm saying? Just to clean up, you know what I'm saying, so I wouldn't have those people and I could, you know, like try to redo my algorithm and reach more people. So I went through and eliminated a lot of inactive friend accounts off my, you know what I'm saying, friends list. And the one thing that shocked the hell out of me, man, was how many RIPs I deleted, man. How many RIPs I deleted, man. How many people who were once my Facebook friends to where when I look at their page now, it's all condolences. And this, the killer part about it is, I'm 52 years old. And the people are younger than me, man. I have watched so many people of my people like get broken down health-wise or end up passing away, man. And like every time I see this shit, it reminds me of how vulnerable we really are and how we never know how much time we have left on this earth, man. And that is one of the craziest things, you know what I'm saying, that messes with me, but it also pushes me harder to better myself, man. To better myself. Because when I do come to the end of my time, man, I want to really have accomplished something. You know what I'm saying? And it's something as simple as these videos that I do every week. I don't care if I never make $1. I don't care if really I appreciate y'all support, but whether y'all watch these videos or not, I would do them because when I'm gone, man, hopefully this message will live on. When my grandkids can't talk to me no more, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, one of their parents will sit them in front of these videos and let them watch their granddaddy to see what their granddaddy is speaking on, and to show them what their granddaddy was all about, man, when I'm not here to explain it to them for myself. This shit is deeper than a lot of people would ever know, man. But let me say, man, just like I said with this, man, regardless of what you do in life, man, always try and strive to be the best version of yourself. And never let anybody distract you, man, because once you gone, it's RIPs, man. That's about it. You might get somebody that gonna pour out a little liquor for you, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, man. But like once you are gone, once your life is over, you gone, man. Your memory may stay alive. They might keep your memory alive. They might bring up your name every now and then and get-togethers and everything like that. But what about your legacy, man? What about your legacy? Do you realize that we talk about people in the history books that have been dead hundreds of thousands of years? They still remember. They immortalized in history books, in autobiographies, and everything to let you know, man, this is who I am. This is who I was. This is what I stood for. This is what I stood against. So, man, just like I said, that made me know, man, you vulnerable, man. Like, you ain't guaranteed to be here tomorrow. So, every day that you're blessed to wake up, man, spend that time, man, getting closer to God. And I guarantee you, by getting closer to God, you have no choice but to help him develop you into the best version of yourself, man. Do that, man, before it's too late. Do that, man, please, before it's too late. Because like I said, man, those that know me know, I was one of the toughest dudes I know, man. When them folks told me that I was, you know what I'm saying, about to be paralyzed, the man actually literally asked me, have I been having bowel movements or urinating on myself yet? That's what the man asked me when I got my MRI back. Have you been having bowel movements on yourself or urinating on yourself yet? Like, that scared the hell out of me, man. That, you know what I'm saying, like, that shit punched me, or that shit, you know what I'm saying, made me feel weaker than any human being ever has, because I really felt like I'm about to be paralyzed. I started, you know what I'm saying, I didn't tell nobody, but I started preparing to live my life paralyzed, man. I started preparing to live my life, you know what I'm saying, paralyzed. Now, what kind of shit is that? Thankfully, just like I said, man, doctors are so great today, you know what I'm saying? God guided their hands, and like I'm recovering. I'm good, you know what I'm saying? And I'm getting better. But think about that. Think about that. And before that, I realized I had went blind in one eye. So I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, I'm preparing to live life paralyzed and blind in one eye. But God, you know what I'm saying, God said different, man. God said different. You know what I'm saying? And thankfully, he guided those, you know what I'm saying, doctors' hands to the point where I had my back surgery, you know what I'm saying, everything went great. I'm in recovery now. Everything is looking good. That's great. Like, I had eye surgery. You know what I'm saying? Like, brought my vision back. Brought my vision back. So, like I said, that gave me a new lease on life, man. I can't front. That gave me a new lease on life, because I was looking at the negativity, and then I realized, like I said, man, like, God had the last say so. So when I say, you know what I'm saying, I go now and I go hard, you know what I'm saying, that's because I thought I wasn't going to be able to go no more. That's why I go so hard. That's my motivation. But nobody can stop you but you, man. Nobody. I don't care who it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, Miss Alicia, you like, come on now, you been here with me. You know what I'm saying? You been through this journey with me, through this eye stuff, this back stuff, like, you know. But like I said, regardless of what was happening, I always stayed upbeat. I always try to, you know what I'm saying, look out for people and be there for other people. You know what I'm saying? I always try to help them better themselves while I'm bettering myself. I always want to see people win no matter what I'm going through. And that's one of the reasons I feel like God, you know what I'm saying, I'm still here, man. Because regardless of what you may think about something I did, something I said, or anything, The one thing you cannot deny is my intentions are good. My intentions are good. I might not get it right all the time. I might not say the right stuff all the time. But my intentions have been pure since day one. And I believe that's the reason why God has blessed me to still be here and to still be doing what I'm doing. And it's going to bless me in the future, man. And nobody can tell me different. So, like I said, y'all know the personal struggles that y'all have overcome. Y'all know the personal, you know what I'm saying, obstacles that y'all had to overcome to be here, man. And think about it. You here. We here. Every day we wake up in the morning, man, he saw fit to give us another day, man, to try to get it right. So always keep that in mind, man. No matter what you facing, no matter what you going through, no matter what somebody, you know what I'm saying, trying to say about what you going on, understand that you have the power. You control your life. You get to decide exactly who you want to be. For real. You just have to make it happen, man. And them naysayers, just like I said, whether it's the haters, whether it's the person who really don't understand, you know, what you got going, or whether it's the person, you know what I'm saying, who just don't care. Like, they don't matter. They don't matter. Trust me, I know. Because, like I said, the ones that say I wouldn't be here, I live some of them. They word didn't have no say over my life. You know what I'm saying? Those people told me I was going to end up in prison for the rest of my life. I'm here. I did time, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not beefing with nobody. I'm not wanted. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no enemies that I know of unless they hiding. So I'm good. I'm good. I came through it. I came through it. And now, just like I said, not for nobody else, but I'm going to prove to myself what I'm telling you, that I could be the best version of myself, that I could be successful, that I could be, like I spoke on last week, a man of prosperity. Even amidst the bullshit, even amidst the, you know what I'm saying, these men running around here fronting like men that's really acting like girls, and it like, I get to be me. I get to choose who I want to be. I don't have to be what these people or society is trying to put me in the box. I get to choose who I want to be. I get to choose how I react. I get to choose how I act. It's on me. So just like I said, man, to my support system, to the people who support me, to the people who encourage me, to the people who keep me going, I salute y'all, man. Because it's rare. It is so rare. I cherish y'all, I respect y'all, and I salute y'all, man, because y'all are rare, man. Y'all are rare. And if I haven't, you know what I'm saying, showed the love, you know I feel it. You know I feel it. And that's the thing about, you know what I'm saying, being on your personal journey. Like, just like I said, you have to, know what I'm saying, make choices, you know what I'm saying, that's best for your journey. Like, think about this. Like, family-wise, I want to attend all the events. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to attend all the family gatherings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be there for everybody. And that's the thing. Like, my older nieces and nephews, they know I showed up for every graduation. I'm talking about preschool. I'm in that thing. I'm screaming loud. I'm taking pictures. I'm taking video. That was me, you know what I'm saying, showing my support to everybody. But once I got on my path to my purpose, that meant I had to make decisions that I didn't always agree with. You know what I'm saying? When it was time and they said, hey, I got this going, I got that going, I wanted to pull up. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, okay, what is most important? What is most important? Like, boom. So a lot of those trips I couldn't make because it didn't fit into the purpose. It didn't fit into, but do that mean I love them less? Do that mean I support them less? No. No. So just like I said, for anybody that felt like I haven't pulled up, I haven't, you know, checked on you like you should, like, or anything like that, man, look, it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. It's like once I got on this path to achieving my purpose, it narrowed my vision, man, because I don't know how much time I have left. I don't. And just like I said, man, I love y'all. I love everybody. But I can't be there all the time. And then be there for myself. So, man, look, like I said, stay focused, man. Keep pushing. Stay, regardless of what. Like I said, regardless of who understand you, regardless of who don't, regardless of who support you, regardless of who don't, man. Stay focused and keep pushing, man, for greatness. Keep pushing for greatness, no matter what. But again, man, we coming to the end of this hour, man, and if you found this episode valuable, if you found this information helpful to you, somebody else might need it too, man. So make sure you like, share, and follow the page so we can keep these conversations going, man. So we can keep them going. But I challenge each of you right now, if you need help building your plan, staying motivated, or getting to the next level, hit me up, man. Hit me up for a free consultation. I am TobyO'Neal.com, and let's put the work in together. Let's put it in together, man. But like I said, that's it for the night, fam. That is it for the night. Like, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, whether you're watching the live stream or whether you're watching the replay on YouTube, man, I appreciate your support. Like, y'all make it worth doing it, man. Just tuning in. Like I said, I would do it anyway if nobody tuned in. But y'all make it worth it, man. Knowing y'all riding with me every week, Miss Alicia, you know what I'm saying? My boy, you know what I'm saying, Milkman, my boy Charles, you know what I'm saying, my little bro, like everybody, man, I appreciate y'all, man, because y'all keep me going. Y'all keep me going. But until next time, man, like I said, keep pushing, stay focused, and remember, your future is in your hands. I'll see y'all next week, man, on the P-Ave Perspective with Mr. O'Neal. Peace.